So let me ask you something. But first, let me introduce you to the Trilithons at Baalbek. 3 absolutely gigantic stones dating back to around 7000 BC that, to this day, remains as one of the most unexplainable mysteries from our ancient past. Why, you may ask? Well, because each one of these big bastards weighs over 800 metric tons, which translates to 1.6 million pounds each. And each one was not only quarried, cut, and transported a little over 2 miles, but each one was placed at a height of 20 feet. So f***ing perfectly, you can't even fit a single piece of paper between them. And to put that shitballs craziness into perspective, as of this moment, there are only 5. I repeat, only 5 machines that exist on this planet capable of lifting that much weight. And all 5 were brought to market within the last 50 years, which is weird, seeing as whoever built this ancient platform was capable of doing this 9,000 years ago. And I say whoever because we still don't know who the original builders were. Now, here's the thing. What we see standing today is simply the latest in a series of temples that have been built atop this ancient platform, starting with our most recent, the Temple of Jupiter, which was built by the Romans in 100 BC. Prior to that, this was Heliopolis, a temple for Zeus built by the Greeks. Prior to that, it was the Phoenicians with their temple to Baal in the city of Baalbek. And prior to that, honestly, the list just goes on, including civilizations such as the Egyptians, Assyrians, and the Canaanites, all of which seem to share the same belief that this location is where their ancient gods descended from the stars, which sounds like a myth, but coincidentally enough, one of the first things engineers noted about this 9,000-year-old platform was how similar it was to a modern-day launch pad for a modern-day rocket. That being said, that same shit could be said about numerous other ancient sites because at the end of the day, I mean, a solid platform is just good business. However, how this platform got here in the first place is still very much an unsolvable mystery, which of course has led to some wild-ass theories that, believe it or not, kind of make sense. Because if we go by the accepted technological timeline established by the smart people, lifting a 1.6 million pound block 20 feet in the air should be impossible. But these mysterious bastards somehow did it, which brings us to theory number 1. The original platform and the Trilithons are remnants of a highly advanced antediluvian civilization. Huh? Shit like Atlantis. Oh, right. Theory number 2, it actually was a landing pad for an extraterrestrial spaceship that, just like the legends claim, descended from the stars. And theory number 3 combines theories number 1 and 2, claiming this ancient platform was built by us, only the technology we used was gifted by the gods/aliens, depending on which side of the fence you fall. However, others, including the vast majority of scholars, think all 3 theories are ridiculous and there's a perfectly logical explanation for all of this. Even though, as they put it, we just haven't found one yet, which is kind of the perfect excuse when you think about it because, I mean, shit, it just works every time. All of that being said, at this point, I think we can all agree the construction of this ancient platform and the placement of the Trilithons makes no f***ing sense, right? Right. So, let me ask you something. If an ancient civilization that existed 9,000 years ago was capable of doing something that we ourselves couldn't do until 50 years ago, is it possible that maybe there's a little more truth to the myths than we think, a greater technology once existed, and, well, aliens might be real?